she's not doing that anymore. She's done.
So where do we go from here? Will she be able to remove the conservatorship? And what are the next steps?
Even though today was a big win for her in getting her own attorney, who absolutely seems to be working in step with her, there still could be a very long process ahead, because since her father is still her sole conservator, he and other conservators involved will have to consent to terminate this if and when I should say, Brittany's attorney does file to terminate this conservatorship. If it is contested, that could potentially end up in a very lengthy trial. They would have a lot of people that they would be deposing, because you can imagine over the course of 13 years, there'd be a lot of caretakers and nurses and medical staff who might be brought to the stand. So today in court, that was addressed. Her temporary conservator, Jody Montgomery's attorney, said she does not believe that would be the best approach for Brittany. She does not think that somebody in Brittany's state of mind should have to be put on the stand to be cross-examined, and that they think that they should all work together and work for the common interest of the conservatee, which of course is Brittany, who is saying she wants out.
So fascinating. We'll continue to watch. Thanks so much. Elizabeth Wagmeister, Variety Magazine senior correspondent and co-host of Variety's new program, The Take. On to the Money Watch. Here's Jason Brooks.
Fed Chair Jerome Powell tried to soothe the market's concerns about inflation. In semi-annual testimony to Congress, Powell said that he thinks while inflation will remain elevated in the coming months, it will start to moderate after spiking higher in the first half of 2021. Powell also said that no major policy changes are needed at the moment, and that tapering the central bank's monthly bond purchases remains a ways off. Wall Street finished the day mixed, with the Dow gaining 44 points, NASDAQ losing 32, and the S&P advancing by 5. People are once again hitting the gym, and that's bad news for Peloton. A Wedbush securities analyst note is cutting Peloton's stock rating due to signs of a substantial deceleration in user engagement. The analyst says Peloton will feel increased pressure to get its message out through new marketing campaigns and the development of new products, two costly initiatives. Wedbush is cutting Peloton's rating from outperform to neutral. On the Money Watch, Jason Brooks, KCBS.
The new sound of mealtime. The Farmer's Dog is real food, made fresh and delivered right to your door. No extreme processing, no preservatives, just fresh meat and fresh veggies you can see and hear right in the bowl. Make that processed kibble crunch a thing of the past and switch to a fresh diet from the Farmer's Dog. Go to thefarmersdog.com/healthy to save 50% on your first box with free shipping. That's thefarmersdog.com/healthy to save 50% with free shipping. thefarmersdog.com/healthy.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions, and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
And AMCO offers payment plan options for almost any credit situation, so it's easier than ever to fix it fast and pay it off slow.
That's AMCO, AA, MCO. Small business owners know cutting costs without cutting quality is tough. How do you trim expenses without hurting your business? Easy. Get Spectrum Business. Call 888-489-2212. Switch to Spectrum Business and you can get the best internet and phone services for half of what you're paying today. Cutting costs can be easy when you get Spectrum Business. Just call 888-489-2212. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
CuriosityStream has thousands of documentary films and shows available on demand on any device. We're the Netflix for nerds, the Hulu for history buffs, the Disney Plus for the scientist in us. There sure are a lot of streaming services, aren't there? CuriosityStream is the one you definitely need if you're the type to nature dock and chill, if you're an armchair astronaut, if you prefer physics to psychics, or perhaps you know a precocious paleontologist. Go to curiositystream.com to learn more and sign up today.
We've all been through some crazy times, and who knows what'll happen next. So, maybe you should prepare for the unexpected. With today's low mortgage rates, and Owning will tell you how much money you may have just sitting in your home's equity. You can then refi, pay off some debts, and put a big chunk of cash in the bank so you're ready for whatever comes next. No sweat. And do it now, while Owning is still offering 30-year fixed refis with rates and APRs in the 2s.
NMLS 2611, licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, subject to credit approval. Call 833-852-6464 for terms and conditions.
Call 833-2-OWNING or owning.com. That's 833-2-OWNING or owning.com.
Good evening. I'm Peter Finch, settling into the anchor chair a little bit early tonight. Kim Vestal's still here at the traffic chair.
She's still chained to the traffic chair.
Starting us off in San Rafael, are we?
Yeah, so we've got trouble in San Rafael. It's backing up traffic on northbound 101 still. It was already a slow commute this afternoon for whatever reason, but now we've got an injury crash, bogging things down even more for the northbound ride. We've got a crash blocking the two right lanes, and we've got extra activity because evidently passenger or a driver, someone took off. So we've also got that complication. So it's a solid backup still from the Richardson Bay Bridge. Bright spot, though, that backup, and it was there for a while on the Richmond Bridge, is all gone. We had a crash mid-span, slowing the ride out of Marin County into Richmond, and now traffic is back at the speed limit. And it's looking good on the Bay Bridge. Getting there still a challenge, though. Northbound 101 is still really stopped up onto the eastbound 80 Skyway, and then it loosens up once you get on the span. And Oakland freeways have really emptied out. The only backup I see is a little bit of slowing as you approach the Caldecott Tunnel on eastbound 24. Next update, 6:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Kim Vestal at your local Honda dealer's traffic center. Patchy drizzle later tonight at the coast. It'll be mostly clear inland overnight. Breezy, lows in the 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy at the coast. Gradual clearing along the bay. Sunny inland, highs 50s and 60s at the coast. Mid-60s to mid-70s along the bay. Upper 70s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Study journalism with a Pulitzer Prize-winning author. Learn engineering with a Nobel laureate, or do a virtual lab with a MacArthur Fellow. Arizona State University offers more than 200 programs online. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
The new sound of mealtime. The Farmer's Dog is real food, made fresh and delivered right to your door. No extreme processing, no preservatives, just fresh meat and fresh veggies you can see and hear right in the bowl. Make that processed kibble crunch a thing of the past and switch to a fresh diet from the Farmer's Dog. Go to thefarmersdog.com/healthy to save 50% on your first box with free shipping. That's thefarmersdog.com/healthy to save 50% with free shipping. Thefarmersdog.com/healthy.
News that matters to you around the bay, around the world, around the clock. All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
It's Wednesday, July 14th, 2021. Coming up on KCBS, Santa Clara Valley Water District is laying the groundwork for dealing with drought.
I'm Kathy Novak in San Francisco, where locals are joining forces to spruce up the city.
Live performances hitting the streets of San Francisco. I'm Peter Finch. KCBS News Time is 6:32. The Santa Clara Valley Water District is laying out a comprehensive plan for dealing with the drought. As KCBS's Megan Goldsby reports, it's up to individual cities in the county to choose how to follow the recommendations.
The city of Santa Clara, for example, has laid out a plan that includes cutting back on flushing fire hydrants, curtailing irrigation on golf courses, and limiting outdoor watering to 3 days a week. Outdoor watering can be a huge water waste, especially, says Justin Burks, water conservation specialist with the Santa Clara Valley Water District, if something has gone wrong with an automated system and you don't realize it.
For example, a single broken sprinkler can waste 25,000 gallons over a 6-month period, costing customers about $90.
The drought plan, as laid out by the San Jose Water District, also restricts car washing to only professional sites that used recycled water. That says Valley Water District Director Barbara Keegan.
I think that there's many people in our community that going to a commercial car wash is cost prohibitive.
She would like to see permission for residents to use their own recycled water to wash cars, or a hose with a spray nozzle that limits the amount of water being used. More regulations like these are popping up around the Bay Area and are bound to be more common as the summer wears on. Megan Goldsby, KCBS.
More than 1,500 firefighters are right now trying to beat back the river fire from creeping closer to Yosemite National Park. Last night, Madera County supervisors declared a local state of emergency, which should bring more state and federal help. As KCBS reporter Holly Kwan tells us, this 15-square-mile fire comes as locals are remembering another scary inferno that happened 60 years ago this week.
That was the Harlow fire that scorched more than 18,000 acres in a matter of 2 hours, swallowing up the town of Ahwahnee, where Michelle Kang now lives.
It's in what's called a windy gap. So what happens is the wind comes through there every day and it just pushes it towards us more and more.
Her family runs the town convenience store, which since Sunday has seen a steady stream of out-of-town firefighters looking for water, Red Bull, or snacks. Some are fresh-faced and young. Others, by day 4, are tired, smell of smoke, and haven't had more than a couple hours of sleep. It's like this every year at this time, she says. You pack the go bag and watch the skies.
Where I live particularly is surrounded by forests, so we're always prepared. We always have our documents and ready to go. The air quality here, depending on the wind shift, it's been very smoky, hard to breathe. I'm an asthmatic from all of these wildfires.
Holly Kwan, KCBS.
KCBS News Time, 6:35. Now it's time for the KCBS Molecule Air Quality Index report. The Bay Area is seeing conditions in the green or good range, safe for everyone to enjoy outdoor activities. Tomorrow, it's forecasted to be yellow or moderate for San Francisco and the peninsula, as well as areas surrounding Richmond, Oakland, and San Leandro in the East Bay. Those who are unusually sensitive to poor air should consider limiting outdoor activities tomorrow.
What if you could pay off debt, cover that dream renovation, or fund your child's education today with the equity that you've built in your home? With HomeTap, you can. HomeTap isn't a lender. They're investors. Exchange a percentage of the future value of your home and get cash in as little as 3 weeks to use for anything you want. No monthly payments, no interest, no kidding. Subject to eligibility, terms and conditions apply. Visit HomeTap.com to apply in minutes. That's HomeTap.com.
My Montana moment was kayaking down the river, coming around the bend to find
a 7-ton, 40-foot T-Rex on the dinosaur trail, ready to chase down
the Lewis and Clark expedition, full of history, adventure, and so much
s'mores next to the campfire under a bajillion stars.
The adventure continues in Montana. Plan your trip at visitmt.com.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions, and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
And AMCO offers payment plan options for almost any credit situation, so it's easier than ever to fix it fast and pay it off slow.
That's AMCO, AA, MCO.
We've all been through some crazy times, and who knows what'll happen next. So, maybe you should prepare for the unexpected. With today's low mortgage rates and rising home values, why not refinance with Owning and pull tens of thousands out in cash? It's quick and easy. Just call 833-2-OWNING or go to owning.com. In minutes, Owning will tell you how much money you may have just sitting in your home's equity. You can then refi, pay off some debts, and put a big chunk of cash in the bank so you're ready for whatever comes next. No sweat. And do it now, while Owning is still offering 30-year fixed refis with rates and APRs in the 2s.
NMLS 2611, licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, subject to credit approval. Call 833-852-6464 for terms and conditions.
Call 833-2-OWNING or owning.com. That's 833-2-OWNING or owning.com.
Let's see how you're faring on the roads right now. Kim Vestal starting us off, this time in Palo Alto.
We have a backup, but it's dissipating now because of a crash. Southbound 101 happened just before Embarcadero Road. Injury crash. Took a while to clear a lane blocked. Wrapping up now on the right-hand shoulder, so there's just some minor slowing in the southbound direction as you come out of Menlo Park there. Earlier accident on 280 gone. In fact, 280, the ride between the South Bay and South San Francisco is really nice this evening. It's just now starting to loosen up slightly on northbound 101 through San Francisco if you're headed to the lower deck of the Bay Bridge. We had a series of problems, stalls, nothing major earlier, and it just hasn't loosened up yet. Once you get on the Bay Bridge, traffic is fine in both directions. No delays on the Golden Gate Bridge, and we still have a big backup on 101 in Marin County because of an accident and police activity. Northbound 101 just south of the 580 interchange. Crash there is blocking the two right lanes, and it's just really slow from just after the Richardson Bay Bridge. Your next update, 6:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Mostly clear tonight. Inland will have some patchy drizzle returning to the coast later on. It'll be breezy tonight, overnight lows in the 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy at the coast, gradual clearing along the bay, sunny all day inland. Some expected highs for your Thursday. San Francisco, 60 degrees. Oakland, 64. Concord and Livermore, 77 degrees. Mountain View and Fremont, 69. Santa Rosa, 78 degrees. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
As bars, clubs, and concerts kick into gear, welcome to the Roaring 21s. I'm attorney Darren Kavanoki of 1-800-NO-CUFFS. We're all excited for summer, but if you're going out for drinks and partying, please be ready to tell your phone to call 1-800-NO-CUFFS. Cops will be out in full force. Be safe and be ready to call 1-800-NO-CUFFS, since no one looks good in handcuffs, unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
Choosing a tuition-free K-12-powered online school with career prep electives can be the choice that gives your high schooler a strong foundation for the jobs of tomorrow. With career pathways in high-demand fields, students gain real-world skills that help them get ahead right out of high school. K-12-powered career prep students leave high school more than ready for their future. They're built for it. Be future-built with K-12. Learn more at k12.com/radio.
AMCO presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
Are you still driving around with that check engine light on? AMCO will read and report the trouble codes on your vehicle for free. Call them today.
That's AMCO, AA, MCO.
What if you could pay off debt, cover that dream renovation, or fund your child's education today with the equity that you've built in your home? With HomeTap, you can. HomeTap isn't a lender. They're investors. Exchange a percentage of the future value of your home and get cash in as little as 3 weeks to use for anything you want. No monthly payments, no interest, no kidding. Subject to eligibility, terms and conditions apply. Visit HomeTap.com to apply in minutes. That's HomeTap.com.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. In engineering school, I was required to take one course in business, Accounting 101. Compared to thermodynamics, physics, and calculus, I figured Accounting 101 was my blow-off class. After earning an F on my midterm, I begged my sister, an accounting teacher, to help me ace my remaining accounting tests. She agreed, but only if I would teach her to dance in her backyard while her neighbors were watching. How humiliating! That's why I created my 5th successful business, Patriot Software, to provide accounting software that never humiliates non-accountants. Go to PatriotSoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of accounting software free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
Accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
KCBS News Time, 6:42. San Francisco is about to get a little bit shinier, or at least that's the idea behind a new initiative that was launched today. KCBS's Kathy Novak explains.
San Francisco is many wonderful things, but clean is probably not the first word that springs to mind.
And so we're going to be making some unprecedented investments in new trees, investments in new garbage cans, investment in technology to make our system easier to maneuver so that people can take responsibility for getting things cleaned up and picked up in their communities.
Mayor London Breed says the new Shine On SF partnership will bring together dozens of groups and businesses to clean up, and says SF Travel Executive Director Joe D'Alessandro hopefully bring the tourists back.
Before the pandemic, over 25 million visitors came here each year, infusing over $10 billion in that economy. And that has virtually disappeared.
As part of the efforts to ignite civic pride, you might see some of the new golden trees around the city, where you can add your note about what you love about San Francisco. If you want to get involved, head to shineonsf.org. In San Francisco, Kathy Novak, KCBS.
Americans hoping to travel abroad this summer may have to delay their plans if they need new or renewed passports. The State Department says the wait for a passport is now between 12 weeks and 18 weeks, even if you pay for expedited processing. That's because of the ripple effects from the coronavirus pandemic that caused extreme disruptions to the process at domestic issuance facilities and overseas embassies and consulates. The department official says a backlog of 1.5 to 2 million applications means that applications submitted now probably will not be issued until the fall.
Get ready to go back to school and advance your nursing career with West Coast University's online nursing programs. You can earn your Master of Science in Nursing with our specialized Family Nurse Practitioner track. Get started at westcoastuniversity.edu. WCU cannot guarantee employment.
Coming up on KCBS, we'll hear about this week's Jefferson Awards winner. KCBS News Time, 6:45.
CuriosityStream has thousands of documentary films and shows available on demand on any device. We're the Netflix for nerds, the Hulu for history buffs, the Disney Plus for the scientist in us. There sure are a lot of streaming services, aren't there? CuriosityStream is the one you definitely need if you're the type to nature dock and chill, if you're an armchair astronaut, if you prefer physics to psychics, or perhaps you know a precocious paleontologist. Go to curiositystream.com to learn more and sign up today.
We head now to the KCBS Bay Area Chevy Dealer Sports Desk. The Sports Desk sponsored by the Bay Area Chevy Dealers. Visit BayAreaChevroletDealers.com. Hello, Kevin Radich.
Hello, Peter Finch. And we got Phoenix up right now 33-29, early second quarter of Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Devin Booker leads the Suns with 8 points. Chris Middleton has 9 for Milwaukee. The Bucks down 2-1. Arike Ogunbowale scored 26 points in the WNBA All-Star team, beat the U.S. Olympic team 93-85 in the WNBA All-Star game. That's really a tune-up for the U.S. Olympic team. Nneka Agwumike was notified by FIBA that her petition to play for Nigeria in the Olympics was denied due to substantial involvement of more than 10 years with Team USA. Bradley Beal, guard for Team USA on the men's side, entered the health and safety protocol regarding the coronavirus. There's a chance now he'll miss the Tokyo Games. Depends on a series of tests he'll be taking in the coming days. And UC Davis has suspended its entire varsity baseball team and put the team's coaching staff on administrative leave while it investigates unspecified allegations of misconduct. The investigation's expected to last for the first 2 months of the fall quarter that begins in September. They said, without elaborating, that the university is working to provide a safe and inclusive experience for all team members. At the sports desk, Kevin Radich, KCBS.
Hey, Gary, how are things?
Things are great, but I crushed my mortgage payment with owning without even leaving my couch. I got a no closing cost refi at a great low rate, and owning did it all in less than 3 weeks. It was easy, no muss, no fuss.
Be like Gary. Call Owning at 855-5-OWNING and crush your mortgage payment with today's 15-year fixed refi at 1.99% rate and APR with no closing costs. None. Zero. Even if you've refinanced recently, call 855-5-OWNING and let us crush your monthly payment even more. That's 855-5-OWNING or log on to owning.com.
NMLS 2611, licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, subject to credit approval. Call 833-852-6464 for terms and conditions.
You can crush it too with a 15-year fixed 1.99% rate and APR with absolutely no closing cost.
As bars, clubs, and concerts kick into gear, welcome to the Roaring 21s. I'm attorney Darren Kavanoki of 1-800-NO-CUFFS. We're all excited for summer, but if you're going out for drinks and partying, please be ready to tell your phone to call 1-800-NO-CUFFS. Cops will be out in full force. Be safe and be ready to call 1-800-NO-CUFFS, since no one looks good in handcuffs, unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
Back we go to San Rafael. Kim Vestal with our latest look at traffic.
Your northbound 101 ride into San Rafael, definitely one of our biggest problem spots still as the rest of the Bay Area starts to empty out. We had an injury crash and then someone ran away, so that complicated the situation here. Extra police activity northbound 101 just before you get to the 580 interchange. 2 right lanes have been blocked, and that's why traffic is still crawling from Seminary. Only in the northbound direction. Southbound traffic's getting by with no delay. No longer any delay in either direction on the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. We had a crash eastbound mid-span last hour. Took a while to clear, but it did eventually, and there's no slowing at all now. Highway 37, that's still